Hello everyone and welcome to Dilip Academy. In this lecture, we'll be dealing with the basics of sets and relations. Okay, so sets consist of two components. One is that it is a collection, and second, it has to be well defined. Collection in the sense that it can be a bunch of flowers, some colors, some numbers, some people, and so on. But these collections have to also be well defined. For example, if we take the rich people of the world, okay, so the rich people here is not clearly defined. Like rich, how do we measure rich? Like people can be rich in terms of money also, and people can be rich in terms of culture, their tradition, their habits, and so on. Okay, but in the same statement, if we change a little and say that the top 10 richest person of the world, then that becomes well defined. Okay, so that the second statement that I said, that is the top 10 richest people of the world, that becomes a set. Clear? Similarly, if I say clever students in a class, okay, so various people, different people will have different explanation for clever. Okay, but if I say people who have scored 90 and above, so that is a well defined statement and that becomes a set. Okay, here in our this thing, we have this set A which consists of 7 elements, that is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 is a set. Okay, here 1 2 and 3 are called as the element of the set, also called as members of the set. Okay, here 2 belongs to A. This symbol that you see is read as belongs, so 2 belongs to A, and similarly 10 does not belongs to A. Okay, some common symbols that we use: N for natural number, okay, W for whole numbers, R for real numbers, and Z for integers. Okay, and X is used most commonly as a variable. You can use other variables as well, like Y. You can use Z also. Okay, anything. Okay, these are some of the well defined statements: days of the week, first five natural numbers, and colors in the national flag, Indian national flag. Okay, now, to represent a set, there are three ways in which we can represent a set. Number one is the roster form. Number two is the set builder form, and number three is the Venn diagram. Okay. Now, what we will do is the three well-defined statement that we read. We'll try to write this in all the three forms. Okay. Now, first starting with the roster form. Okay. So the roster form is a direct way of giving you the answer. Okay, here this is very simple and it can be used for limited set only. Okay, if the set has finite number of elements which can be easily counted on our fingers, that can be represented using the roster form. Now let us take the examples one by one. The first example, days of the week. For this I have made this set A. Okay, and the days of the week are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and so on. Okay, so here you can see that it is very much readable and the reader can easily understand what is the meaning of this set. Okay, set I've taken set B for the second example, that is first five natural numbers. So first five natural numbers are 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, so you can easily read and see that it is direct way of saying. Okay, the third one is colors in the national flag. Similarly, saffron, white, green, and blue. Okay, in the set builder form, what happens is it is an indirect way and we only specify the properties. Okay, the reader in the set builder form has to interpret the data. Okay, now here also we take the same three examples. Okay, days of the week. So days of the week will be written like this: a equals to x such that x is a day of the week. Okay, so here the reader has to interpret the answer. Okay, the answer is not directly given, only the property of the answer is given. Second one, natural number. Okay, first five natural numbers. So b is x such that x belongs to natural numbers and x is less than 6. Okay, so all the natural numbers less than 6. Okay, it's 1 2 3 4 5 indirect way. Okay, this can also be written as x is less than or equal to 5. Okay, other way of writing this is x is such that x belongs to whole numbers. Okay, and x is greater than 0 but less than 6. Other way of writing this is x is greater than 0 but less than or equal to 5. Okay, but here one problem is that we are changing the uh, nature of the element that was given. Though we get the same answer 1 2 3 4 5 in the second statement, we get the same answer 1 2 3 4 5. Still we are changing the nature. Okay, in our question it was given as natural number, but we have taken here as whole number, so this is not allowed, so we will not write this statement. Okay, we will not write this. Next is Venn diagram. Okay, in the Venn diagram we use pictorial forms. Okay, and it is easy to read. Okay, so the first statement that we had, that is days of the week, can be easily written here. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and everything. Okay, the second statement 1 2 3 4 5 also can be written. Okay, two important points to be noted here is the order in which the element is written in the set is not important. Okay, so in this set if I write, okay, or else let me take this first one. Okay, in this set if I write Friday first and Monday last, it does not make any difference. Okay, and if a set has two elements which are exactly same. Okay, if a set has two elements which are exactly same, for example there is 5 two times, so we need not write it two times, we have to only write it once. Next is type of sets. Okay, so there are basically four types. One is empty set, second is singleton set, third is finite set, and the last one is infinite set. Okay, empty set is also called as null set or void set. Here the number of elements, okay, in any set is 0. Okay, there is nothing inside the set, so we represent it as A equals to null set. Okay, we open the curly bracket and close a curly bracket and leave it empty. Okay, this can also be represented by a symbol. This whole thing can also be represented by a symbol. This symbol is called as phi. Okay, no element in the set A. Okay, examples. So A is a set such that x of people getting 150 marks. Okay, so there is nobody who can get 150% of marks, so this is a null set. B equals to x such that x belongs to natural number which is less than 1, so there is no natural number which is less than 1, so this is a null set, so we just write B equals to this in roster form. Singleton set. In singleton set we have only one element. Okay, for example A equals to x such that x is a prime number, even prime number, sorry, x is such that x is an even prime number, so there is only one even number which is prime, that is 2, and therefore number of A equals to 1, and hence it becomes a singleton set. Next example, B equals to x such that x belongs to natural number. Okay, and x is greater than 2 but less than 4, so there is only one natural number which is greater than 2 but less than 4, and that is 3. Okay, and therefore number of B equals to 1, and since number of B equals to 1, that is why this set of ours becomes a singleton set. Okay, third is the finite set. Okay, we have already done a lot of examples for finite set. So the first set that we did, this is a finite set, this one is also a finite set, and this one is also a finite set, so we need not do it again. Okay, infinite set. So if I talk about infinite set, so if the set A is set of all the natural numbers, so it becomes a infinite set. Okay, if set B is set of all the rational numbers, so it becomes a infinite set. Okay, some basic concepts in this. Okay, I've taken 4 sets here, and on this basis I will explain some concepts. Okay, the first concept that I'll deal with is subsets, supersets and proper subset. Okay, now you can see that A has 2 elements, it is 5 and 6, and all the elements of A are present in D. Okay, D has 5 6 7. Okay, so since all the elements of A are there in D, I can say that A is a subset of D. This symbol that you see is a symbol for subset. Okay, and it is read as A is a subset of D. Okay, if all the elements of A are present in D. Okay, since A is a subset of D, I can say the reverse, that D is a superset of A. Okay, and this is represented by an ulta sign, opposite sign of this. Okay, this is opening towards the right, so this symbol will open towards the left with a equal to sign down. Okay, next we have written all the possible subsets of A. Okay, so all the possible subsets of A are E, which is null set, okay, F, which is only 5, okay, G, which is 6, and H, which is 5 6. Okay, this is our A, and these are all the possible subsets of A. Okay, now proper set. The difference between the subsets and proper set is that proper subset excludes two sets. Okay, the first set which is to be excluded is this one. Okay, so null set is not a proper set, and the second set which is not a proper set is the equal set. As you can see here, H consists of two elements, which is 5 and 6, and A also consists of two elements, that is 5 and 6, and since this set and this set are equal, they are not proper subsets. Okay, this is the only difference. Okay, so proper subsets are subsets of set besides null set and equal set. Okay, so I can say that F is a proper set. This symbol that you see is of the proper set. Here equal to sign will not come, so F is a proper subset of A, and similarly G is also a proper subset of A. Okay, and A is a proper subset of D. Okay, as we can see here, all the elements of A are present in D, and they are not equal, and A is not a null set. That is why A is a proper subset of D. Next is equal and equivalent set. Okay, we can see here A and B have equal number of elements, and the elements are also equal. Okay, which means it has two elements 5 and 6, and this also has two elements 5 and 6. Since they are the elements are equal, we call set A and B as equal. So A and B are equal sets. Okay, next is equivalent set. Okay, in equivalent set we will not check the elements of the set, we will only check the number of elements of the set. Okay, so now A has two sets, B has two sets, and C also has two sets. So A, B, and C are said to be equivalent sets. So A, B, and C are equivalent sets because their number of elements are equal. Next is power set. Now power set is basically a basket of all the subset of a per set. Okay, so in our example, this A, if this is a set, if I have to write all the possible subset of this set, okay, then that becomes power set, and that is denoted by P of A. Okay, and here all the subset will come. 5 is one of the subset, second one is 5, third is 6, and last one is 5 6. So all this subset together are called as power sets. Okay, so power set is basically a basket of subset of a particular set. Okay, now coming to universal set. Okay, universal set in my language, it is like a big brother set. Okay, it is a big set of which other sets are part. Okay, for example, we took this set A. Okay, so iska universal set will be a natural number, okay, or whole numbers, or integers as well, integers, okay, that is denoted by Z, or real number. So these big sets are universal set. Besides these, when we start doing sums, there will be exclusively set given as universal set, and it will be denoted mostly by U or an X. Alright, so we'll do this universal set in great detail in the coming exercises.